You know, the reason why I have this lamp in my video is because this lamp makes my video look cinematic as hell. Let me turn it off. You see? Looks pretty stupid, right? Let's bring it back. So, you know, 2 days ago the Trump's administration imposed tariffs on pretty much every country in the world, except few. We're gonna talk about it later. And the funny news is that two very remote, uninhabited islands called the Hurt Island and McDonald Island, cool name by the way, McDonald Island. So these two remote islands, uninhabited by humans since the 19th century, inhabited by penguins, they have technically been hit with tariffs too. Well, of course Trump did not specifically tariff those islands. They were tariffed because they're part of Australia, because they are Australia's overseas territories. But it's still pretty funny that, you know, literally islands inhabited by penguins are tariffed. So if penguins try to export something to the US, there are gonna be tariffs. So the products made by penguins from those islands are gonna get more expensive in the US. And seriously though, in case you don't understand what tariffs are basically taxes. So let me explain. For example, the US government imposes tariffs on Canadian products, Canadian goods. And as a result, the American companies, in order to import something from Canada, they literally have to pay this 25% tariffs, this 25% taxes to the US government in order to get those products, import those products from Canada. And of course, companies don't wanna make less revenue or lose any amount of money, so they just make products 25% more expensive. So to put it simply, the things in the US stores, grocery stores, everything is gonna get more expensive. The purchasing power of an average American is gonna get worse. And in general, Americans are gonna get poorer, and the quality of life is gonna get worse because Americans will have to spend more money than they used to on the same stuff. So yeah, tariffs are not some sanctions against other countries. Tariffs are literal sanctions against your own population, and it's really hard to explain, to be honest. I mean, it's not even good business. Some people think Trump is a good businessman and that he's not really a politician, but he's a good businessman. But the truth is, it's not even good business. He's literally bankrupting so many American companies. The economy is getting terrible. The US economy loses billions, if not trillions of dollars. And I don't even know how to explain this. Why he does that? Does he really work for Russia? I used to think these were just some conspiracy theories that Trump works for Russia. But, you know, the more we see, the more news we read, I don't know. Probably he's an agent of Russia and literally working to dismantle the US, because everything that his administration does is bad for average Americans. It's literally terrible for average Americans, for American businesses, for everything. So if you live in the US, so I never thought I would say this, but my condolences. And speaking of the countries that Trump did not tariff, those countries are Belarus, Russia, and North Korea. And the official reason why is that there is almost no trade between US and North Korea and the US and Russia. And I'll tell you why this is a terrible excuse. It's not true at all. That's because Trump tariffed countries such as Lesotho and Kyrgyzstan, which is my home country, by the way. And you're really telling me that there is more trade going on between Kyrgyzstan and the US, or between Lesotho, a small, impoverished South African country, and the US, than between Russia and America. So obviously, Trump did not tariff his best friends Kim Jong-un and Putin. Obviously, there's just another reason that confirms the fact that that Trump is Putin's agent. So I guess this video is getting too depressing. I started with talking about penguins and McDonald Island and ended with this, so I think I'm gonna end for today. Anyway, see you and my condolences. Bye.